People, recently India celebrated the successful landing of Chandrayaan-3 near the moon's south pole. As the Chandrayaan-3 gracefully touched down the lunar surface, our dreams of exploring outer space is turning into a reality. Hi everybody, and in this episode of the Inside Story, we are talking about the race for the moon exploration and where does India stand in the global competition for lunar exploration.
Soft landing on the moon. India is on the moon.
India's Chandrayaan-3 mission has succeeded. No country has ever landed on this part of the moon.
Space is a war-fighting domain.
It is shown as a man with a cow. India is shown as a man with a cow knocking on the door.
India is now on the moon. Success belongs to all of humanity.
Become the first country to reach the south pole of the moon and the fourth country to ever land on the moon.
People, the moon is the Earth's closest celestial neighbor. However, only 4 countries have been successful in soft landings in the moon. Well, soft landings means those in which the spacecraft survives the landing. Almost 60 years ago in 1966, the USSR, also known as Russia now, was the first to touch down on the moon with its Luna 9 mission. Luna 9 was a robotic spacecraft that marked humanity's first soft landing on the moon. It touched down in the Ocean of Storms, which is also called as the Mare Imbrium region. After the landing, the spacecraft's 4 petals opened to reveal a television camera which captured and transmitted images of the lunar surface back to the Earth. This historic achievement provided humanity with its first direct glimpse of the moon's landscape from its surface. People, during the 1960s, Russia was having Cold War with United States. As the result of the Cold War, the tensions between both the countries were at peak. So naturally, after Russia landed its first spacecraft in the moon, the US was also in the race to touch the surface of the moon to demonstrate the ideological and technological superiority.
Soviet scientists jauntily drop-kicked the first Sputnik around the world. The average American was shocked, bewildered, and resentful.
Americans were wary of Soviet intentions, fearful that this new technology would be used to launch nuclear weapons toward the US.
So just after a few months of Luna 9's success from Russia, in June 1966, United States achieved its own milestone with Surveyor-1 mission. This spacecraft also landed in the Ocean of Storms. Fast forward to December 2013, China's Chang'e-3 mission continued the legacy of lunar exploration. Named after the Chinese goddess of the moon, Chang'e-3 successfully delivered the U-2 rover to the moon's surface. The rover conducted scientific observations, analyzed lunar swell, and sent back valuable data enhancing the understanding of moon's geology and surface characteristics. Well, after 6 years, in July 2019, India embarked on a remarkable journey called Chandrayaan-2. With the heart full of hope and anticipation, the nation's eyes were fixed on the moon's south pole, a region holding secrets that could reshape our understanding of cosmos. The mission comprised of an orbiter, a lander named Vikram, and a rover called Pragyan. During the landing of Vikram, the entire country held its collective breath. However, in those critical moments, communication was lost between ISRO and Vikram. Vikram crashed into the surface of the moon and the dream of a perfect landing slipped away.
Vikram lander descent was as planned and normal performance was observed up to an altitude of 2.1 km. Subsequently, the communications from the lander to ground station was lost. The data is being analyzed.
But India didn't lose its hope. Fast forward to 2023, India's Chandrayaan-3 successfully touched down near the moon's south pole, and that too with the budget of just 615 crore, making it one of the world's most cost-effective space missions. But people, let's take a step back and understand why this race to moon's south pole is causing such a buzz. What is so special about the south pole of the moon? People, to get a clearer picture, let's rewind a bit. In 1969, 1969, the first successful moon mission landed humans on the lunar surface and returned them safely to the Earth. We are talking about Apollo 11 mission. During this mission, astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin collected approximately 21.5 kilograms of lunar material during the moonwalks. When the Apollo missions brought back the samples of moon rocks, they initially seemed dry. But the story took an exciting turn in 2008 when researchers at Brown University used advanced technology to discover tiny amounts of hydrogen found in those moon rocks. Then in 2009, an instrument in ISRO's Chandrayaan-1 detected water on the moon's surface. In the same year, another NASA's probe that landed near the moon's south pole found actual ice beneath the lunar surface. But people, why is the lunar ice so significant, and what does it mean finding ice in the south pole? People, these pockets of ice could hold essential clues about lunar volcanoes, asteroids and comets that have been delivered to Earth, and even the origin of our own cosmos. But the story doesn't end here. These superpower countries are into the moon race not because of exploration but because of something else. People, water is made up of elemental components, hydrogen and oxygen. Therefore, water can be broken down into its elemental forms of hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is essential for breathing, providing the life-giving air that astronauts need. But the true game changer lies in the hydrogen's potential to be served as a rocket fuel. Think about it. A self-sustaining refueling station on the moon. It could propel spacecrafts deeper into the space. But here's the catch. The lunar water is not like the water on the Earth, which is endlessly replenished by the water cycle. Once the lunar ice is extracted, it is gone for forever. This scarcity transforms the race to claim this precious resource into a fierce competition against time. As all these superpowers, India, Russia, China, are busy to crack the code of extracting and utilizing lunar water, the clock is ticking. People, in this cosmic race, seconds count, and the urgency to secure the finite treasure adds an element to the suspense of space saga. Well, that is it for today. My name is Ayush and you are watching The Insights.